right. Hello. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to our stock trades. In this channel, we love to help retail investors go from gambling, losing money, not understanding essentially where they place their money in a stock, to actually making strategic investments that will make and generate long-term generational wealth, not just for themselves, but for their loved ones, their family. When we're talking generational wealth, we're not talking about Friday night, Saturday night. We're talking about the next 2, 3 generations, right? So, in this video, we're going to go ahead and give an update on Clover. They just released some important news, and we want to keep you updated because just in case you may have not heard about it, it's important to talk about it and what that means for Clover. Likewise, I want to give a quick shout out, really quickly here, to a couple of things that we've done in regarding to our brain machine. So first things first, today I gave a shout out on YouTube as well as our Discord. Congratulations to all the members that found our play at USEA, United Maritime. We pulled it out on July 14th, and it literally in one day ran up 220%, and it ran up today. So we called it out July 14th, and it ran up on July 15th. So here's the stock right here, and it says 175% instead of 220 because it fold a little bit back down, but it sustained its $6 level. It was at the high of 689. Likewise, we had another stock that we called out, EVTL, right? So what are these stocks, what they mean, and essentially how do we find them? And just for people that are on our Discord, just very quickly, I'm going to start giving you little hints of gems. You see, guys, the thing about the thing about trading, long-term investing is we want to make a one-stop shop platform where ultimately when we will be educating you on the mastering course, we will be giving you kind of a criteria on essentially how to say, maybe let's say for me, as someone who's going to be a physician, I'm going to be allocating 50 to 60% of my money into, let's say, ETFs, while the other 40% is going to be allocated to long-term investments that I like to choose, right? So I can have a balanced portfolio. The problem is ETFs, I don't think they're going to function as successfully for in the future because they've been propped up by so many funds. So it's getting a little dangerous with that. So I might have to adjust my investing criteria in the future, but we're going to be showing you kind of a nice analysis of that. But the 10%, there's always that 10%, right? So 50, 40, right? 90, right? That 10%, you can go in and day trade, right? These are for professionals that don't have time to day trade 24/7. If you're a day trader, then you would use majority, like 30,000 a week, right? On average, right? But these are more for professionals, lawyers, doctors who don't have time to sit down on a computer and day trade while they have patients to take care of or cases to fulfill or restaurants to run. You get the point. You can have 10%, and what we like to do very shortly here. Let me show you here. If you look at our top squeeze stocks, we have short borrow rate, which gives you the top borrow rates for a stock. We give you the data, we give you the graphs, and you're able to basically take it upon yourself to do the research. And you can see here on yesterday, July 14, we called out USEA. So what you can do is you can take this, have multiple screens and look for breakout patterns. But there's another way, sophisticated as well, you can add on, which I'm going to show you right now. We also have short squeeze candidates as well as top gamma squeeze candidates. Okay. Now, what you can do is now you go to room 2, room 3, doesn't matter. And what you can do is here, let me go ahead and let me make this bigger. You can do /short and click on short volume. This is directly from our brain machine. You type in which country you want, obviously the United States for these stocks. And you can type in, let's say, for example, you want to look at USEA to see if it's actually, what's the short volume on it. You hit enter. And as soon as you do that, it's going to go ahead and give you the date, July 16, the percentage. So you have 13. Then then you would go higher, July 7th, market date. you're at 28%, July 8th, 32%. So you can start to see that the short interest has been increasing for the stock. In fact, if you can easily hit the button here, and it'll directly take you. We pull this data directly, and it'll give you and it's all included within the package, right? We can give you the short interest. You can see how high the short interest is, right? And this is the stock that essentially ran up 175%. Likewise, you could take this one here too, that ran up 72% in one day. Not bad, right? We've done better. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. That's really good, right? So, US, you can hit EVTL, and as soon as you do that, look at that beauty, right? We're looking at you can see the short interest how it's been creeping up at 50%, and you can see the graph how it's been going up and down, and that can help you to determine whether it's good, and you can do your stock analysis, your technical analysis, and all that. But anywho, that I just wanted to share with you. I'm going to drop some gems here. So now let's go back to Clover. So Clover went ahead and announced a planned Medicare expansion, okay, for 2023. So we're going to go ahead and read this, and we're going to explain, okay? So subject to approval from the center, CMS, which it's going to get approved, individuals eligible for Medicare in these new counties will be able to sign up for Clover's MA plans during the MA annual enrollment period, which runs from October 15 to December 7th, okay? This is great because they're going to have their new CFO come in August, so we'll have two months to kind of get things into shape. And this guy has experience. This guy will be able to run through the sheets really quickly and be able to kind of organize everything. It's going to take him, I would say, a year, but with his experience, I would say 2 quarters is enough for him. So we'll by Q, I believe 1 of 2023, it's going to look pretty damn sexy. So with the coverage starting January 1st of 2023. Now, Clover currently offers its MA plans in 209 counties, where it carries approximately 85,000 members. Clover's plan expansion will make its MA plans available for 220 counties across 8 states: Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. As part of its focus on sustainable membership growth, again, it's all about the growth. Clover will be exiting 2 of its smaller markets in El Paso, Texas, and Pima County, Arizona. Now, just let's talk really quickly. It just so happens that I am in Pima County. I am in Pima County, Tucson, Arizona. Now, Clover, I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken that you would exit, right? But I totally understand because, very simply put, Saharita is a retirement, and it's very small. It is a small market. And these guys are focused on growth. Doesn't mean that they're going to be leaving. They're going to come back, most likely. It's just right now they're focused on growth, and they want to get the biggest bang for the buck. Okay. Now, looking at Clover's, let me show you really quickly. At Clover's provider package for Arizona, you can see that this is a Pima County here. We can go in and we have different counties. We have Pima here, Cochise, but what's interesting is they also have Maricopa. So and there's a lot of Maricopa, which for people that don't know, that's Phoenix, Arizona. So I don't think they're exiting Arizona as a whole. They're just exiting Pima. So just the ones with Pima. They're still going to be keeping Maricopa. That is subject to questioning that I need to that's a good question to ask them, right? I don't know, but I think they're going to, based off of their letter here, it seems that they're going to be exiting Pima instead of Maricopa. That's why they said Pima, Arizona, right? The counties, right? Not state, right? So we are aiming to generate industry-leading growth during this year's AEP. So that's a hint, right? They want to generate industry-leading growth. They want to grow the best, okay? As we have over the past several years, and we're focusing our efforts on our existing footprint where we have a proven track record, like the New Jersey and everything that they started there, right? So Andrew Toy, president of Clover, right? So Clover Assistant, now it's talking tech, is designed to lower costs, aka MCR, and improve outcomes. And this year's bids demonstrate our continued focus on passing savings back to our members in the in the form of great benefits at affordable prices. Excuse me, let me drink some water here. Sorry. All right. So in Georgia, as we talked right now, Clover's aiming to replicate a successful growth strategy honed in New Jersey. In 2022, Clover nearly tripled its membership in Georgia by significantly increasing the breadth and depth of its provider network throughout the state with the additional dozens of hospitals, health systems, and key partners across the region, aligning approximately 5,000 new primary care physicians and specialists with the Clover's MA network. In 2023, subject to CMS approval, Clover plans will be available to eligible in 151 of the 159 counties in Georgia, which together contain a market of opportunity of nearly 650,000 Medicare eligibilities. Now, here's the thing, guys. You have to understand that approximately 10,000 Americans turn 65. So every year, this is where. So this is just kind of their statement release here. Let me just kind of give you some science here, and I keep repeating this because I just we need to go ahead and we need to drive home this point. Okay. Okay. Tell me a business that that has so much clarity and just like 4K, 8K clarity that you have essentially lines of people turning 10,000 every single day. Alexa, 10,000 times 365. 10,000 times 365 is 3,650,000. 3.6 million eligible people are going to be turning 65 every single year. Okay. And that is going to continuously allow Clover to pounce on them. Now, that sounds disgusting. Pounce on them. I mean, that's a terrible word to use. But they're so damn good that they have the best benefits that the patients are going to pounce on Clover because of the opportunity that Clover presents. You know how much, how much stuff they give them? United Healthcare just had their earnings, and they said that, we're going to go ahead and help members that qualify for X, Y, and Z. They're trying to compete, okay? But how do you compete with a business that's whole purpose is to help the social determinants in health and eradicate the social determinants of how do you compete with a business that puts the patient over profits, literally, right? Right? You can't. It's going to get to a point where they're going to get so many data points. The Clover Assistant's going to decrease MCR. It's going to get to 3, 4, 5 years. It's going to be a turning point. And then once you have the next 10 to 20 years, all of these Americans turning over 65 years of age, you're going to have that continuously flux. And as a consumer, who are you going to pick? You are going to pick the one that is going to be giving you the best benefits. And Clover stands to get you that. And they're going to pick the one that's going to take care of you the most. Technology works. And it's you're going to see this play out. Okay. So let's go ahead and ask questions here. All right. I'm 100 yards away outside of the county there. The first house past the Coosee County sign. I found out when I tried to sign up, they are in the morning. Okay. Yeah, you try to sign up. So I'm happy. Hopefully you guys can for all the members. I do know that there's people that are over 65 that watch I look at the data analytics, and if you can talk to your doctors, have them message me at al@alstocktrades.com or message my assistant Linda at support@alstocktrades.com. Have them message me, and then I would love to have them on. I'm currently busy on the medical side, and now that they're going to be leaving Pima County, it's going to be harder for me to get the physicians onto my channel from Pima, but I can reach out to Arizona. I have connections also in Texas as well, but if you can help me, that'll be really nice. We can get them on this channel. So if they are your doctors, you can say, hey, this guy's a medical student, X, Y, and Z. They love to help us, right? So Clove expanding where they are is responsible. but I still think it remains a minor player until California, New York, Illinois types of state, big government get on board. And I completely agree. But the problem is you don't want to go to the big leagues if you don't, because again, you got the New Jersey market, okay? And that New Jersey market is amazing. And the thing is, they need to replicate it. And if it does get if they can replicate it in Georgia, which it looks like they are, okay, then perhaps they could do it in California as well. But they gotta get a system, almost like a checklist, like this works and this doesn't work. The problem is each community is different. You can't say, I'm going to help all the poor people of America because they are all the same. No, you're going to fail. Okay, that's first off, that's disgusting to just kind of label them. Each society, each zip code has its own culture. And as people that want to help, we need to go to them and ask, what are their needs? How can we help them, right? But we need to know what are their needs, and we need to tailor those needs for this population. And that's what's Clover. That is what Clover's trying to do. We can look at their white paper as well for diversity, which I've been working on, but I need to get on top of it. Hopefully in the next 2 months. Okay, so let's see here. You set off my Alexa. Thanks. Oh, sorry, guys. Alexa, what's the weather? I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry. I'm such an a-hole. Oh, Alexa, stop. Not you. There's. Okay. Good time to randomly pull up my YouTube app. Yeah, okay. Hell yeah. Is that Harry Hope? Is that the CEO of that adrenaline guy? Is that him? The guy who charged so much? Oh, he really pissed a lot of people off, including myself. Yeah, so on average, guys, I'm so bullish on this company because it's is that his name? Martin Shkreli. Let's see here. Yeah, that guy, former hedge fund, convicted felon. That's what I'm saying. So thank you so much. That help. You bring up an important point, and then we'll sign off very shortly. Guys, I'm really sick of retail getting screwed over. Like, how many times have you seen retail just get slammed, bent over, and screwed every single freaking year, every single bull market cycle, bear market cycle? Retail investors, and it's not like Wall Street gives a damn and gives a cahoot about retail. I mean, just look at how Chamath. Now, Chamath is in a special category, right? He's obviously doing the All In podcast because he cares about retail investors, but at the same time, he's trying to show us exactly how these big guys look at the small guy, look at retail investors. Guys, listen, on our software, we have collaborations. They label us as dumb money, okay? We are dumb money to them, okay? So, you got to have to sometimes ask yourself, if you're doing the same thing over again and you're continuously losing money, are you going to continually keep doing that? And if so, that is the pure definition of insanity. Not according to me, according to Albert Einstein. Okay. I got to a point where I'm looking at all of these services that Seeking Alpha, Tip Ranks, what else? Webull, their little financial data, Morningstar. They all, unfortunately, offer a certain sliver of information, but they don't offer the full, complete package. They don't do it. So I got to a point where I'm like, as someone who's been in the market for a long time, I got to a point where it's like, I have all this data, all this information. I have to go to this website to get this. I have to go to this website to get that. And if you're a learner in the market, first off, you have to understand what the hell a stock is, right? There's your first problem. Well, there has to be buyers and sellers. What is a market cap? What are earnings? What is an earning call? Why are people? This is so boring. Why are people listening to it, right? But then you have to like, how the hell do you get this information? So I just there's so many roadblocks, so many, and then the media is such an a-hole. They're a-holes, guys. I'm telling you, the media is so terrible that they feed you garbage articles to make you sell. So then after 3 years from now, you're going to see I bet you I bet you $1,000 you're going to see an article that says if you invested in this stock, you would have made this much. While if you were to go back and when that stock was, let's say, at those prices, they were trashing the shit out of that stock. Okay. So you have to understand the media is not your friend. I don't care what it is. The media is not your friend. Okay. I have not lost faith in my government because we have the best military in the world. That's the only thing that actually works, right? DMV is very slow, but I'll tell you, we have the best military. I have not lost faith in our government, but I'll tell you something. I have lost faith in the press. I have lost faith in the media. Okay. So I hope that, this channel continues to grow, and I hope that we can continue sending this message of education. Like, for example, let me show you here. Because, Fintel costs like $30 a month, something like that. Well, you guys get it here now. Okay. You guys get that short information. Okay. Boom. Right there. You click on that. There's your fucking Fintel. Okay. All right. Excuse my language. Right. Now, let's say, for example, you want tip ranks, right? Or you want like the stock prices. Okay. So then check this out. You go here, you go help, you go to price targets. Okay. And you can sort out price targets. Let's look at Apple. Okay. And you got your Benzinga, $166, price target 166, price when posted 145. Right? You have all of these things, Morgan Stanley, and you can basically click on the link and find exactly where the article was, right? You have all of your price targets now. You can go ahead and look up PTC and look up Apple. And there it is. Target high, 210. Target low, 82. Target concessions, 181. There's another $30 a month. I'm sick and tired of having all of this BS. You got to go to this website to get this information. You got to go to that website. We're going to put it all on one. It's going to take me 5 years to make this. We're already moved mountains already. But I'm going to make this so damn easy for retail that it's just, it's going to be good. Okay. It's going to be good. Sorry for my soapbox. It's just I'm tired of the little guy getting screwed. The little guy has been getting screwed since 1929 when they over leveraged themselves on margin, and they just lost all their money and they got wiped out of the stock market and they had to start from rock bottom. You know how many stories I read about that? People jumped off of buildings, killed themselves, stockbrokers out on the street. You know what I mean? So it's time for the little guy to win. It's time for retail investors to win, and not just in the United States. We're also entering the Canadian markets. We have access to the Toronto exchange now. We also have access to the European exchange. And we're going to soon get access to Israel. They got a good market there too. I'm telling you, I'm going to blow past all of these. Now, the United States market is the best one, but how long will that last, right? We're going to get to India very shortly. We're going to work hard, and we're going to bring the whole world into this platform. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. This is a passion project for me, and I'm very excited. Okay, let's go ahead and do the questions, and then we'll sign off. All right, so here's 3 million are turning 65, but how many are dying from greater than 65? And that is the problem that we have right now. Our life expectancy in this country is that of a third, we can't say third world, developing country, okay? That's not right, guys, right? If you compare GDP, I mean, what's going on here, right? We spend the most on healthcare, but yet our our outcomes are terrible. So we need to turn to technology. We need to focus on preventative medicine. We need to focus on fixing a patient before the plane starts to crash, because that is what our healthcare system does. They only they only focus when you're about to die. Okay. And we got to fix that. How do we do that? Well, we cannot overburden doctors with X, Y, and Z. We need to assist them. We like a Tesla, how it gets updates on a car that says, hey, these are the new X, Y, and Z. Clover Assistant does that. It's going to update the physician on the next most recent studies that have, that's my dog, that have been the most successful at taking care of patients. It's called evidence-based medicine. And if all physicians practice this in unison, we are going to be paddling in the same direction, which is the eradication of the social determinants of health, which will subsequently form a ripple that will ultimately help the United States increase its life expectancy. Okay, so that's the goal, right? And I'm on board because I am in medicine and I do see the inequalities. I do see inequalities. I grew up poor. Okay, guys, I literally grew up from rock bottom. You can look at my story, right? I grew up poor. That's one of the reasons why I went into healthcare, is to put the needs of the patient first. Okay. And that's what Clover is doing. And with that type of mission, they are going to basically go far. All they need to do is decrease profits and turn it into a business. And once Wall Street learns that this is a business model that is successful, then the sky is the limit and they're going to be doing good. And I hope that once they are incumbents and once they are on top, they don't lose track of their original mission, which is to put the needs of the patient first and to help historically marginalized Black, Hispanics, Latinx, Native Americans. That's the goal. Chelsea Clinton is always tweeting about health and access to healthcare. Well, I'm happy. I'm so happy, and whether your political differences, from her mother, if you look, I always like to look at the person's resume. They're hardworking people, right? So I'm very happy that she's on board. I'm very happy. So Medicare and medical are helpful, but we can do better. Yeah, we can. Absolutely. Give me a country. No offense to all of my international people that watch this channel. Okay. But you give me a country that does not take the status quo and say we're okay. We are always improving. We do not sit down and become complacent. That's not in our DNA. I don't care if we're making, $20 billion a year. We will say, you know what? How can we be better? How can we be better? Right? And it's not about the money. I'm just telling you, we're always improving. We're not just, oh yeah, we have the best economy in the world. No, we're always improving. Okay. People think China is close to us. China's not even close to us. They're so far. Okay. You could talk to any smart guy. They'll tell you China will never catch up to us. So maybe somebody else, but it's not going to be China. Okay. And no offense to my Chinese viewers as well. I love you too, but welcome to the world. We like to compete, and we're competing on globalization, and now we're going to bring back our workers, which is fine. But we're competing on, the right things, right? So it's healthy competition. All right, guys, I love each and every one of you. Thank you. Hey, and I appreciate the acknowledgement. I care about you guys. I want you guys to win. I want you guys to make money. You know what I mean? I mean, like, listen, guys, this is a risky. Let me show you here. This is a risky investment, right? 220% gains in a day. That's so risky. But we have the data, and we have, the type of risk management losses that overall, if you put 10% and allocate it for speculation, then that 10% can, you know what I mean? Imagine if you have let's say if you have like $10 million, right? On average, right? It's a little high. We can do the million, but let's do 10 million. Let's do $1 million, right? 900,000 smart plays. We're talking like long-term smart plays. 50% ETFs, the other 40% price target intrinsic value calculations. The other 10% speculative. You have $100,000. Go ahead. You have $100,000, right? I'm invested in Clover, but you mentioned the TSX. Have you ever looked into Well Health Technologies? I was wondering what you think. So we're expanding into Toronto exchange, but let's see if Let's take a look at it here. So it depends. It's an OTC. But that I think that OTC is an exchange that I haven't hit yet. But let me un momento. Let me a moment. Yeah, that is something that we're working on, the OTC, but we're slowly getting there. Earlier today, we went and hit the major, big ones, but we're entering there. I have not looked at that, but we will definitely now. Let's see. We still have access here. So it's 241. We can do a financials. And it depends if this is in Canadian. It's in USD, so it's already converted. Is this it? Financial Well Health Technologies. So it's growing pretty damn well. If you look at the quarterly, it's doing really well. Look at the cash flow. It just became free cash flow positive. That's pretty good for a quarter of Q1 2022. It's at 7 million. Look at 45. So it has a percentage. Yeah, it has a 16%. So instead of multiplying 5% of the revenue, you can multiply 17% of the revenue, 16% of the revenue, which is great. Why? Because it's a technology company. It has great margins. Let's look at the gross. Okay, let's look at the cash flow. Yeah, I mean, from this, let's look at the dilutions. So they have diluted. Let's see if they stabilize. It's not bad. Look at the return current ratio. Ah, I found something. They have some debt. So if you want to learn how to read this really quickly and understand how to invest, we do offer a course that has data and has access to all this. So it's actually a data company we own, but we also teach you how to analyze companies. But it seems to me they have a lot of debt. So I'm gonna look at their balance sheet here. So if you look at their debt right now on total liabilities with their total assets, you can see that their total liabilities has increased dramatically, but their assets has increased as well. Look at the quarterly. Yeah, let's look at their debt to equity. It's not bad. It's still good. Just do us as a return on equity here, quarterly here. Not bad. Not bad. We'll definitely take a look. We'll definitely take a look. It's looking pretty good. In terms of analysts, they definitely have a strong buy on it. It has a 1-year projected. So let me show you what the hell you can read that from. If you look at from our technical fundamental data analysis, you can see that 1 year they got $6.78, and it's currently $2.41. Now, if you put this in the intrinsic value calculation, which I don't want to make this video too long, but you could just go in our intrinsic value. You can go in either in the light mode here, put it in and find the stock price, or you can use our dark mode. But yes, that's all I have for you today, folks. It's always a privilege and honor to help you. Again, our mission is to bark a lot. Our mission is very simple. It's to give retail investors back the power. Okay. You guys, you guys make all these businesses rich. Okay. The consumer. And it's time to take that power back. It's very simple. Okay. So I love each and every one of you guys. We just hit 4,000 subs. That's freaking amazing. That's freaking awesome. And don't forget to do that Moo link. We are having that competition. Please comment down that you did it and deposited more than 100, and then you'll be entered to enter our raffle. We're giving out 2 lucky winners a year's worth of subscription to Al Stock Alerts. Again, God bless each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you guys. You have no idea. I always like, it's Friday night and look what I'm doing, right? I'm thinking always to myself, how can I help that little guy? All right. So it's time those, I used to work, I used to be a cashier in my high school. I've worked since I was 15 years old, even younger. I worked at an Arabic cafe, starting up literally hookahs so I can just make a living. Okay. At a young person, right? So not even supposed to smoke with asthma, just so I can make $1, right? So I worked hard each and every day of my life, and it's time to, my promise. I promised Mother Earth, God, whatever you want to call it, that if you take me to the top, and I'm getting there slowly with me being a physician, I'm going to bring and carry as many people as I can with me. So it's a privilege and honor. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.